we have the talk by Dr. S.R. Sathyanaranayanan, Vice Principal, Dean, Commerce and Management, Sri Madhvacharya Arts and Science College. Please sir, please come. Professor Sathyanarayanan, SR MBA, PhD, presently working with the Sri Madhvacharya Arts and Science College, Srirangam, having more than 13 years of teaching and research experience in the realm of engineering, realm of entrepreneurship, banking and finance, organizational psychology and Indian culture ethos and values. He presented papers in more than 100 articles. Please have your seat. He presented more than 100 articles in various national and international conferences and published 32 articles in reputed national and international journals. He is also awarded by national and international agencies for the contribution to the field of management education. He served as visiting and adjunct faculty to many higher educational institutions in South India. He is also a member of many academic and professional bodies. In addition to this, he is also the founder of Rayadurgam Vedic Foundations, a public charitable trust to promote Vedic culture. Further, serving as Pradhana Archaka, Sri Vasadeva Swami Temple, Esur, also serving as Agama advisor to many temples. That is the last part is what actually is really amazingly interesting. The whole profile is management profile, and towards the end we come to this Pradhana Archaka of Sri Vasadeva Swami Temple, Esur, also serving as Agama advisor to many temples. That is what actually makes him give a talk here. He is going to talk about the mensuration in Pancharatra Agamas, which is related to the architectural aspects of Pancharatra Agamas.
Vande Lakshmipadim Devam Shankachakra Gadadharam Vidyamurtim Hayagrivam Shabdata Jnanalabdaye Amrudatma Tamegamam Amrudaharanam Vibhum Pancharatra Agamacharyam Vande Vaikunta Bhupatim. Before going to my presentation, first I would like to thank Indica for giving me such opportunity to share something which is dive need of the hour today. First thing. Second, I would like to give a small introduction in Tamil before about this presentation. இன்னைக்கு நிறைய பேர் நம்ம பார்க்கிறோம், புதுசா நிறைய கோவில் கட்டுறோம். ஓகே, ஆனா நம்ம புதுசா கட்டின ஒரு கோவிலுக்கு போறதுக்கும் ஏற்கனவே ரொம்ப 1000 வருஷம் தாண்டி இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு கோவிலுக்கு போறதுக்கும் there are வித்தியாசம் இருக்கு. நம்ம புதுசா கட்டின கோவில் போகும்போது எக்ஸப்ஷனா சில இடத்துல மட்டும் we could able to feel the blessings as well as we could able to feel that peace. ஆனா அது எல்லா கோவிலும் இந்த மாதிரி அமையறது இல்ல. ஃபர்ஸ்ட். ரெண்டாவது, இதுவே நம்ம ரொம்ப பழமையான கோவிலுக்குலாம் போகும்போது அந்த கோவிலுக்கு நிறைய கூட்டம் இருந்தாலும் சரி, கூட்டம் இல்லாம இருந்தாலும் சரி, வாட் எவர் இட் மே பி த கண்டிஷன், ஆனா கண்டிப்பா நம்மளால அங்க போனா நம்மளால ஒரு சாநித்தியத்தை நம்மளால ஃபீல் பண்ண முடியாது. இது எதனால அப்படின்னு பேஸ் பண்ணி பார்க்கும்போது, பாத்ம சம்ஹிதை, தேர் இஸ் ஒன் சம்ஹிதா இன் பாஞ்சராத்திர ஆகமா, தட் இஸ் கால் பாத்ம சம்ஹிதா. அது ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஒரு சம்ஹிதா. ஏன்னா 108 சம்ஹிதைகள் பாஞ்சராத்திரத்துல இருக்கு அப்படின்னு பாஞ்சராத்திர அக்ஷர சுவாமி வேதாந்த தேசிகன் சொல்றார். ஆனா நீ 108 சம்ஹிதை இருக்கா அப்படின்னு கேட்டோம்னாக்க நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கக்கூடிய சம்ஹிதைகள் வெறும் 41. அந்த 41 37 சம்ஹிதைகள் மட்டும் தான் பூர்த்தியா இருக்கு. ரெஸ்ட் திங்ஸ் வேர் பெரிஷ்ட் டியூ டு லேக் ஆஃப் கேரிங் அண்ட் அதர் திங்ஸ். ஓகே, சோ இது எதனால பேசிக்கா இது வருதுன்னு கேட்கும்போது, Brahma is asking a question to Vishnu. Oh Lord, kindly tell me how we can, what is the way to construct a temple in Bhuloka? Because those times the temples were exist only in Satyalokam, that is where the Brahma lives, as well as in the Indraloka where the Indras and other Devadas they are living. Okay, see, we are living in Srirangam. Before Ranganatha came here, he was there for around 1 lakh year at the Satyaloka. Then Brahma gifted this Sriranga Vimanam along with the Gayatri Mandapam to King Ishwagu. Then from Ishwagu till his lineage till Rama, they have did puja to this Ranganatha at Ayodhya. before came to Sri Rangam, this Ranga Vimanam along with Ranganatha was there at Ayodhya. Then after the Ravana and Rama war, at the time of Pattabhishekam, Rama has gifted this Ranga Vimanam along with this Gayatri Mandapam to the Vibhishanan. Vibhishan on the way to Sri Lanka. At the time he has to prepare his evening Sandhya Vandanam, so he just kept down the Vimanam over here. When again he trying to take it back, Ranganatha says that don't worry, I want to stay here itself. Anyhow, I will be facing south, I will be facing I will be facing your country only. So no problem. Go and enjoy your kingship. This is what the divine order given by Ranganatha. Okay, like that these temples were existed only at Satyaloka and as well as only in the Indraloka long back, and then only slowly one by one it came down. Okay, the direct temple which is constructed in the first and foremost temple constructed in this world with fulfilling all this Agama condition is Kanchipuram Varadaraja Swami temple. Okay, even yesterday also a professor has shared about the Kanchipuram, right? Brahma has did his penance in the auspices at Kanchipuram. Chaitra Maase Site Pakshe Chadutrasyam Tidavamane Sopane Hasta Nakshatre Ravivara Samanvite Vapahome Pravurtetu Pratasamana Kalike Taduruttara Vedyantu Prasarati Janardanaha. Like that, in the month of Chittirai, there is the Chaitra Masam, in the Sukla Bhaksham, Chatutasi along with the star of Hastam. The Lord has appeared in mid of this sacrifice altar. Okay. So he has given all the boons to Brahma and all unto the people, unto the Devadas, those who are gathered over there. Okay. At the time Brahma instructed Vishwakarma kindly construct a temple. Okay. At the time only Brahma and Vishwakarma came to a question how to construct a temple. So Brahma is again asking the Lord kindly tell me how to construct the temple. God has instructed them that see, there is a calculation before constructing a temple. You should understand a concept called mensuration. Mensuration is nothing but how to determine the height of the image that to be consecrated inside the temple. Based upon the height of the image, we have to determine the length and width of the sanctum sanctorum. Based upon the length and width and the height of the sanctum sanctorum, we have to determine the height of the tower. That is that we are going to construct. Okay, so in this juncture, Sri Pancharatra Agama plays very important role, because probably you can ask me one question, sir, since the Vaishnava is having two Agamas as two eyes, one is Vaikanasa and another one is Pancharatra. But when I spoke to some scholars belongs to Vaikanasa Agama, they say it as like Pancharatra Agama, Vaikanasa Agama doesn't have the details of calculating the height and the length and width of the measurements of the temple. So even though we Vaikanasas normally we used to refer either Silpa Sastra, Silpa Ratna, there is a work called Silpa Ratna, or else some Pancharatra Samhitas where it detailedly and elaborately discussing about the construction of the temple. Okay. So the Pancharatra Agama is Pancharatra school of thought itself is a religious movement which has started around first millennium, that is before the existence of Christ. Then later on that it has been what we would say, it has been mingled with the Vaishnavism that is propagated by Ramanuja, because Ramanuja is indeed need of help of the Pancharatra Vaishnavism in order to establish his doctrines. So as the Vaishnavism is existing till today. So the backbone of the Vaishnavism is nothing but Sri Pancharatra Agama. Okay. So here the Pancharatra, the word itself is having different meaning. Okay. When we look into the Panini's explanation about Pancharatra, he talks about Ratra means the Ajnana, where the Pancha means it is the removal process. So that is known as Pancharatra. This is what the definition given by Panini. But when we look into the Samhitas, Pancharatra Samhitas, okay, the Ishvara Samhita sloka says that Bhagavat Sastra Tattvagyam Bhagavat Pada Shamsudam Vande Sandilyam Acharyam Paundravardhana Spalodbhavam. There is a place called Melkote at Karnataka where the Sandilya Rishi has propagated this Pancharatra Shastra. That is the meaning of the first two lines. Second one is Bhagavat Shastra Tattvagyam Aupagayana Deshikam Totatri Sambhavam Mande Vasudeva Padashridam. There is a hill called Totatri which is in the Vanama Malai, that is in the Tirunelveli district, where the Rishi Upakayana Rishi has propagated this Agama Shastra to his disciples. And then the third one is Anantapura Sambhudam Anegana Bhushitam Prabhatye Bhagavat Sishyam Maunjayana Guruttamam. The Maunjayana Rishi has propagated this in the Trivandrum, Thiruvananthapuram. Okay, that's why in Trivandrum they are following the Parasurama Puja Pattadi, that is nothing called Parasurama Samhita of Pancharatra for their day-to-day activity as well as to also to celebrate their annual and monthly festivals. Nityotsav, Pakshotsav, Masotsav, Samvatsarotsav, like that. And then Vasudeva Kripa Patram Pancharatra Visharadam Mrigasthala Samutpannam Prabhatye Kaushikam Gurum. The Kaushika Rishi has did penance and austeries at the Mrigasthalam. Mrigasthalam now there is a dispute. Now people are talking either it is Ahobilam or else it is a Sholingar. Okay, so Mrigasthala means they are at, it is defined as the Kshetra where the Narasimha shrine is there. Okay, because in both these places we can see that there is a separate shrine for Kaushika Rishi. Okay, so that is one thing. And last one is Bharatvajacharyam Vishnur Padam the Samskritam Prabhatye Sugunam Podim Salagrama Solodbhavam. There is a place called Salagramam. Many people says that it is Namakkal, which is nearby this Trichy, but some people says that no, it is not this Salagrama. It is there in the bank of river Kantaki, Nepal, Muktinath, where we could able to see a ashrama for Bharatvaja, because that is the place where many Bharatvaja Gotrikas are there. Okay, so the Pancharatra, the Pancharatra, the word denotes that it is propagated by these 5 rishis on the 5 evenings. So that's why also that is known as Pancharatra. Okay, this is the definition given by the Ishvara Samhita. And then another sloha is in the Paushkara Samhita, which goes like that. Ananta Pradavo Rato Gardastu Titiyake Titiya Ratrau tu Seneshaha Chadurtam Vedashastudam Rudra Panchama Ratrau tu Pancharatram Prasasyate. The first day, the God himself has dictated this Agama to the Adiseshan, that is called Sesha Samhita, that is there. And then second day it is for Garudan, so it is called as the Vihayasi Samhitai. And third one is to Vishwaksena, Senatipati of Lord Vishnu. So Vishwaksena Samhita is there. And last one, and the fourth day it is for Brahma. Brahma has given this to Narada. Narada has given to his disciple called Sanantana, Sanat Kumar, except the 4 rishis. Again, there are another 4 Upasamhitas are there for this Brahma Samhita. And last one is Rudra Panchama Ratrau tu Pancharatram Prasasyate. The Rudran, one of the 11 avatars of Lord Shiva, he is called Ahir Bhutanya, because Ahi means snake, Bhutanya means wearing it in the form of a garland. Okay, so Shiva is taken a rupam called Ahir Bhutanya Rishi, and he learned this Pancharatra Agama from Lord Vishnu himself, and he is doing his penance and austeries in the Ahobila Kshetra, where we could, before entering into Ahobila Kshetra, we can able to see there is a small shrine for Lord Shiva is also there. Okay, so this is a definition of Paushkara Samhita. Among the 108 Samhitas, the Satpadam, Paushkaram, Jayagyam, these 3 Samhitas were considered as the prime Samhitas, because it is believed that, and it is also said by many rishis in their Samhitas, and then the many Upapramana Samhitas. These 3 Samhitas were Sakshat dictated by Lord himself at the hillock of Totatri, Vanamamalai. Okay, so Satpadam, Paushkaram, Jaiva, Jayagyam idi Tantram Uttamam, Idikyata Bhagavat Shastra Gauravam. Like that, Pancharatra also otherwise known as Bhagavat Shastram. Okay, among which Satpada Samhita, which elaborately talks about the worship of God, which is made up of stone, granite idol. Okay, so that we can see the Mula Beram of Melkote is made up of stone. The second thing is Paushkara Samhita. The Paushkara Samhita, the Samhita which talks elaborately about worship of the God, the image which is made up of mortar, that is Sudai Bimbam. Okay, which is the prime document of this particular place, Srirangam, where the Srirangam itself is the entire city has been planned and it is there according to the Paushkara Samhita. Since the Paushkara Samhita doesn't carry any puja manual, they have been utilizing the Parameswara Samhita as a Upapramana Samhita for the Paushkaram. And the Moolavar Ranganadhar is made up of mortar. That is Kadusakkara. That is one method of making bimbam with the help of mortar. Okay, so he is made up of the Moolavar Ranganadhar is a Sudai bimbam. Third one is Jayagya Samhita. The Jayagya Samhita is a Samhita which recommends the worship of God. The image should be made up of a wood. Okay. So in Kanchipuram previously the Moolavar was made up of in Atti wood. Later on that Murti was replaced with the existing stone image over there. Right. Even there are other two temples in Tamil Nadu where we can see the main deity is made up of Atti wood. One it is Tirukovilur, that is also one among 108 Divadesham, Dehali Perumal Kovil, and another one is in the among Navatirupadi. I think one or two Moolavars are made up of Atti wood. Okay, so all these Samhitas, among these Ratnatraya Samhitas, either Sapada or Jayagya doesn't have any sort of any measurement for measuring either the height of the image, length and width of the sanctum sanctorium, height of sanctum sanctorium, etc. Nothing like that. But only their Upapramana Samhitas are there. But only the Moola Samhitas, Paushkara Samhita is having such sort of measurements where many temples are still following, because probably normally the temple constructed based upon the Pancharatra literature, it will be following commonly only Padma Samhita, because Padma Samhita is considered as a full-fledged Samhita which has Nana Yoga, Kriya and Charya Pada. The Kriya Pada is alone dealing with all these things, that is called measurements and constructing the temple. Okay, but in Pancharatra Raksha Swami Vedanta Deshikan quoted that Aniktam Anigrahemevahi. Like that, if it is not available in one Samhita, it is nothing wrong to quote it and we can take the reference from another Samhita, because Pancharatra literature itself is a Bahuvida Shastra. Bahuvida Shastra means the Shastra is not only in the singular form, it is about 108 Samhitas form. Okay, if a particular concept is discussed abstractly in one Samhita, probably it would have discussed elaborately in another Samhita. For instance, for purification of temple, the priest normally they will do a Punya Vachanam called Vasudeva Punya Vachanam. In Padma Samhita and other Samhita, it will recommend that do Vasudeva Punya Vachanam. But if you want to take mantra for Vasudeva Punya Vachanam, we have to go only to Naradiya Samhita, where only we could able to get the Vasudeva Punya Vachana mantram is there. Okay, so like that, this Ratnatraya Samhita and Upapramana Samhita plays an important role on taking this mensuration. Okay, so why this study is important means, see, normally nowadays we people are constructing temple. Normally we used to get the quote from Stabadi either in the form of angulas or else in the form of square meter or square feet. Normally the angulas which is defined by modern Stabadi is called inches, but that is not true. Okay, the angulas that is mentioned in the Samhitas as well as in the Sulpa Sastra, which is having a small as well as a little bit difference between the modern inches and the modern scales what we are practicing as of now. Okay, this is the answer given by the Lord. Okay, so before constructing a temple, we should have a proper plan. Okay, so idime plan panni pannanom illaya. So anala vande we should have a proper plan. The plan, the basic plan for either temple construction or making a idol, first we should determine the measurement. Okay, this measurement we can, if we go with the modern scales, definitely that will not get us the blessings, because there are some deities for whom the Lord has appointed them to check all these things, right? There are 73 devatas are there. They are governed by 10 people. Okay, the 10 people are considered as the Dasamurtis. In Srirangam only those murtis have Vigraha Puja, where in other shrines those 10 murtis doesn't have the Murti Rupam. They have been given, they have been worshipped in the form of Arupam only, not in the form of Rupam, right? So if you want to get, see, first we should satisfy the demigod, then only we could able to reach the main god. Okay, this is what the Agama Shastra says. Okay, as our secretary says yesterday, our prapati will go fast if we did apacharam to another Bhagavata, right? So even though we may be master in Agama, we may be master in Silpa Sastra, but if we don't follow these measurement rules, we will not be able to satisfy the particular devata who is in charge of all these things. Okay, so that automatically make Lord himself to get upset about what we have done. So ultimately, our aim is not fulfilled over there, right? So it is important for us to go with the course and conduct of Agamas. See, Agamas is classifying temples into three categories: Mahalayam, Upalayam and Kevalalayam. Okay, this is the major three classification. There are also other 18 classifications are there, but we need not to give much importance to those classification. Mahalayam means there is a temple. The temple is installed in this particular place. It should either have 5 to 7 circumambulatory passages. A complete form of temple should have 5 to 7 circumambulatory passages, where the Srirangam is the best example because it is a Sabdavarana temple. Okay, because Ranganatha shrine is having 7 circumambulatory passage. Okay, that is called Mahalayam. Okay, where in Kanchipuram we have only 5 circumambulatory passage, where in Melukote we have only 3 circumambulatory passages. Okay, Upalayam means the shrine or the temple that is constructed in the existing avarana of a Mahalayam. Okay, if the temple has to be constructed in the existing avarana means the circumambulatory passage of a existing big temple. The Kevalalayam means after the village, after the one Mahalayam and the village has already developed. Because of our wish, we are going to construct a new temple in between houses or in between a street, that is called Kevalalayam. But this menstruation concept is optional for Upalayam and Kevalalayam, but it is compulsory for Mahalayam. Okay, because Mahalayam is very, very important. So this menstruation is basic of 2 categories, that is length measurement as well as volume measurement. Okay, first let us discuss the length measurement. Okay, so basic of any measurement is basically on angula. Okay, the angula is not the inches that we are seeing in a modern scale. 12 inches is equal to 1 feet height, where we used to give receive quotation from Stabadis only in that measurement, right? So that is not actually the measurement. Actually 8 Paramanus is equivalent to 1 Anus, and 8 Anus is equivalent to 1 Renu, and the 8 Renus that forms it is equivalent to the hair. Okay, and then 8 hair is equivalent to an egg of a louse. Okay, and then 8 Lixas is equivalent to 1 Tila, that is 1 ஒரு எள்ளுக்கு ஈக்குவலான ஒரு இது. And then 8 எள்ளு சேர்ந்தது ஒரு யவம். Yava is a type of rice. Okay, it is not actually it is defined as barley over here. Okay, and then 8 yavas are equivalent to 1 long angula, and 7 yavas are equivalent to 1 medium angula, where 6 yavas is equal to 1 short angula. Okay, it depends upon the height as well as the form of either Yajamana or as the Acharya. Yajamana is the person who is sponsoring everything. Acharya is the person one who is in charge of consecrating everything. Okay, so this is the measurement that we should follow. This is about the Bhrigu Samhita. Okay, Bhrigu is one of the disciple of Rishi Aupakayana. So Bhrigu Samhita chapter 3 and Shloka 8 is giving this detail. And then when we look into the Pushkara Samhita, it gives us a different picture. Okay, normally we could able to see some dust particles when the sun rays fall, right? So that one particle, right, that 8 particles is equivalent to 1 anu. Okay, and then 8 anus is equivalent to 1 liksha, and then 8 liksas are equivalent to 1 yuka, that is a louse, and 8 yukas is equivalent to 1 yava, and 8 yavas is equivalent to 1 angula. Okay, so normally this Pushkara Samhita, this measurement is normally implemented in everywhere. Okay, normally this is taken for consideration by people those who are expert in Pancharatra Agama. And then the Padma Samhita, this says that in Padma Samhita it is the same measurement as given in different format. Okay, according to Padma Samhita, 8 Paramanus is equal to 1 hair, where in Bhrigu Samhita it says that 8 Renu is equivalent to 1 hair, right? So here it is changed. Okay, and then 8 liksas is equivalent to 1 yuka, 8 yukas is equal to 1 yava. These all are common. Okay, there is no change in last 4 things, but there is a change in first 3 things where in different samhitas. Okay, so according to Padma Samhita, there is also another type of classification. Another classification of measurement. That is 3 rice grains when placed along to the length equivalent to 1 angula, which is called manantara angula. Okay, so this manantara angula can be used for determining the height of the deity and also determine the length and width of the sanctum sanctorium as well as the thickness of the wall of the sanctum sanctorum. Okay, so these are the things discussed elaborately in the Padma Samhita Kriya Pada. And again, the Padma Samhita is classifying these angulas into 5 things. First one is mana, second one is manantara, third one is matra angulam, fourth one is mushti as well as dehalapta. Okay, this mana means the shortest angula. Okay, the shortest angula, as I says, it is used to determine the height of the deity, length and width of the sanctum sanctorium, thickness of the wall. That's it. And then the manantara is used for various purposes, especially determine the altar to be consecrated for the purpose of doing sacrifice and other things, and then the offerings to the sacrifice, everything that we need to calculate with the manantara angula. And the matra angula is nothing but the acharya's right hand is there, right? From that we have to measure the length of the 4 fingers, and that has to be divided by 4. That is 1 angula. So that is to be considered to make struk and shruva. So for pouring ghee in the homagundam, right? The struk and shruva, only based upon such measurement we have to prepare the struk and shruva, and then the size of homagundam with 3 mekalais. Okay, minimum of with 3 mekalais. The 3 steps it has to be there. Okay, the size of these steps to be determined only with the help of these angulas. And the Ajya Patra, the Patra which carries ghee, the purified ghee for Ahuti, right? That has to be measured only with this angula. And then the Pranita and the Praniti, that is, there will be 2 another pitchers will be placed in nearby the Homagundam. Among one we will be invoking Brahma, and another one we will be invoking the other deity. Either it may be Rudra in some places, it may be other devatas, depending upon the various samhita as was a recommendation. Okay, that Pranita and Praniti will be there. And so that is one thing. So next, Vishwamitra Samhita is giving us a different picture. It talks about the Jyotsnas. Jyotsna is the first time that the measurement that we can see in the Vishwamitra Samhita. So 8 Jyotsnas is equivalent to 1 Renu, that is called a dust particle, and 8 Renus is equivalent to 1 Tila, and as usual 8 Tilas is equivalent to 1 Yava, and 8 Yavas is equivalent to 1 Angula. Okay, so normally this is to measure the entire temple complex. If you want to plan for the entire temple complex, we have to consider this type of measurement. This is what the recommendation in the Vishwamitra Samhita. Okay, in addition to that, Brihu Samhita is giving us the other type of measurement that is used for different purposes. Okay, for example, 24 manangulas is equivalent to 1 Kishku Hasta, and 25 manangulas is equal to 1 Prajapati Hasta, and 26 manangulas is equal to 1 Dhanur Mushti, and 27 manangulas is equivalent to 1 Dhanur Graha. Okay, where this Kishku Hasta is used to make the furnitures used in the temple. Okay, so the furniture, plant queen, the seat, the simhasanam, and other vahanas and other seats that normally used in the temple. Okay, where the Prajapati Hasta is used to measure the heights and length and width of the mandapam, the pavilions and other things other than sanctum sanctorum. Okay, other than sanctum sanctorum where the main deity is going to consecrate it. Okay, other than everything including Yagashala, Mahamandapam, Ardhamandapam, everything that can be measured with this Prajapati Hasta. Okay, and then with the help of Dhanur Mushti only we can plan the length and width of and then the depth of the pond that is to be in the temple, and then we can plan the city of the temple. There is one Shilpa Shastra called Narada Shilpa Shastra. okay, which strongly recommend that this Dhanurmushti measurement should be followed very strictly to plan the city for the Vaishnava temples, okay. And then for Dhanugraha, it talks about the entire temple complex if it is located nearby a pond or is nearby a river or nearby an ocean, to the extent what is the minimum distance to be there between the water body as well as to the core temple complex. So that distance that we can measure with this Dhanugraha measurement, okay. So next thing is called volume measurement. Okay, before going to that, I just want to share some other thing. Okay, so apart from this, it also talks about the pitchers. The pitchers means the puja vessels that we are using on daily basis to give arkya, patya, rachamaniya, and then the different types of artis that we are showing to the god at the time of puja, right? Everything that has a well connectivity to this measurements. So it is very good for us to follow all these things related to the length measurement. Then volume measurement means 225 grains of rice, right? That forms a one shukti, and then 2 shuktis is equal to 1 tala. Normally in those days, kings normally they used to donate the gold to temple only if that is equivalent to talas, which is otherwise known as tolas, right? That is one thing. And then 2 talas is equal to 1 prankucha, and then 2 prankuchas is equal to 1 prasti, and 2 prastis is equal to 1 kuduba, and 2 kudubas is equal to 1 anjali. Okay, 1 anjali means if we do this anjali mudra, what the volume of thing that we could carry in this two with the help of these two hands, right? So that will be normally equivalent to this. Okay, and then we have patras, and then among which the Drona patram is very, very important, because the Dronacharya is he came out of only this Drona patram, and then this Drona is 2 Dronas equal to 1 kari, and 3 kari is equal to 1 bara. This is the Vishwamitra Samhita. Okay, it talks about the offering to be offered to Narasimha Murti. Okay, so morning also I think our friend Kidambi has shown Yoga Narasimha Murti, right? So if you consecrated Narasimha Murti as a main deity, how much we have to offer to him? Okay, normally Narasimha Murti, the Agama strictly says that we should not give him anything spicy. Okay, we should offer him only sweets, especially akkaram. Okay, that's why he is known as Akkara Kani at Sholingar. Alvarez also call him as Akkara Kani, Akkaram. Okay, so non-spicy item, only sweet should be offered to Narasimha Murti. So if you want to install Narasimha Murti, we have to offer him according to these measurements. So this is what they talks about. Apart from that, if you want to donate ghee for a sacrifice, we have to follow this thing. Okay, now this is for Yajamana, and this is for the Acharya, one who performing the austeries. Okay, and then these measurements and these concepts are similar, very similar with Vaikana Agama, Shakta Agama, Saiva Agama. In Saiva Agama, it is 100% correlate with the Makuda Agama as well as Kamika Agama, and there is one called Shuprabeda Agama, which also equivalent, is also following this equal measurement equivalent to this. And then there is a work called Silparatna. Okay, Silparatna is also recommending the same measurement, and Manasara, Mayamata, Samarangana Sutradhara, and Kashyapa Silpa Sastra and Narva Silpa Sastra, they are also recommending the same type of measurement that we should follow at the time of either making the main deity, either which is made up of stone, wood, or with the mortar. Okay, or else in terms of the moving idols, that is called Utsava Beram. Either whether we are going to made the Utsava Beram in single metal, that is in gold, either in gold or else in silver, or exact combination of 5 metals. Okay, how we could able to combine these 5 metals? Mean again the same type of measurement that we should follow at the time of measuring, mixing the 5 metals. Okay, there are so many things are there, especially in Samarangana Sutradhara, King Bhoja is recommending the mixing of these 5 metals in this proportion, where he is also recommending the same measurement form. Okay, so with this I completed my presentation. So if there is any question, I can answer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this talk. The talk probably brought the impression of exactness and accuracy in the worship practices. Usually the outsider superficial impression is that pour some leaves, pour some water, throw some flowers, it is all puja. But there is so much of exactness in the whole process. I was talking to him before his talk. There is an emphasis more on Shaiva Agamas in the Sthapatya courses nowadays. Vaishnava Agamas are not given necessary emphasis in the Sthapatya courses. So I was asking him to help us in future in including, we have our own Sthapatya expert here, Sushant Bharati ji. Do you agree that there is more emphasis in the syllabus of Sthapatya courses? They include only Shaiva Agamas mostly.